A little while ago, I have done a video where I showed my collection of LeapPad books, but now I'm going to make a video showing all my collection of my first LeapPad books. As you can see, I have 17 books and 16 cartridges. One of them doesn't require a cartridge. Here's the first one, and that one does not require a cartridge. This is Leap's Big Day. This is the original version of Leap's Big Day from 2002. From very early 2002, I believe January or February 2002. Christian Crawford does the narration. She also does the props, directions, and games in this book. And Christian Crawford also does the voice of Leap, Lily, and Tad's mom. And that was the story side. It also advertised for Pooh's Honey Tree and Leap to the Moon that came out in September 2001. Now here's the activity side. Plus, I do have Leap to the Moon and Pooh's Honey Tree. I'll show those next, but they're not the original version from 2001. They're reprinted versions from 2002 instead. And there you go with Leap's Big Day. Now this next book and all the other books do require cartridges. Here's Leap to the Moon. By the way, Leap's Big Day was the last book to have Zachary Schumann do the voice of Leap, due to his voice maturing after this book was released. Now, this is not the original version of Leap to the Moon from 2001. This is the reprinted version from 2002 because of that blue oval saying preschool math on there. And like before, like Leap's Big Day, Christian Crawford also does the narration, leads and gives them the props and directions, and leads the games. Just like on Leap's Big Day, she also does the same things in this book. Now, my version is pretty interesting. It looks like it's on the activity side, but this is actually the story side. And here's the end of the story side. And if you notice, you can see advertisements for Thomas and the School Trip, Dorothy Explores to the Rescue, and Pooh's Honey Tree on there. That, if you see those ads, that would be a 2002 reprint. And now we go on to the activity side. And that's it with Leap to the Moon. And here's the cartridge for this book. Alright, here's the next one. This is also a reissue from 2002. Pooh's Honey Tree. This is the reissue because it has the red oval saying preschool reading on there. And in this book, this is pretty interesting. Lori Main does the narration in the story side, while Christian Crawford does the narration in the activities side, gives the users the directions and the props, and leads the games. And in these books, she does them all by herself. And that's the end of the story side. Now we go into the activity side right here. No, wait. This is my new copy of Pooh's Honey Tree. I just got this recently. I have another copy, but I got that in 2004-2005, along with JJ the Jet Plane High Flying Adventures. And like before, like Leap to the Moon, this also advertises for Thomas and the School Trip and Dora the Explorer to the Rescue at the end of the book, but Leap to the Moon is right there, where Pooh's Honey Tree is usually at. And I'll show you one more book for... Here's the cartridge for Pooh's Honey Tree, and I'm going to show you one more book and cartridge for part 1. This is the only flip book released in 2002 that does have a cartridge. This is called I Know My ABCs. In this book, Julie Stevens does the narration and does most of the props, directions, and games, while Christine Crawford only does some of them. Missed a page. There you go. And that was the A to L side, and now we go into the M to Z side. This takes me back memory lane. I got this book in 2004 or 2005. And this book only advertises for Leap to the Moon and Leap's Big Day that just came out. Alright, that's it for part 1. Now, here's part 2. Now, I'm gonna take it over for part 2.